Good morning. It is Thursday, August 7th, 2025, back here for another daily shakeup. And today I want to talk about such a critical element in business, and that is relationships and relationship building. Now, let's get honest with ourselves, maybe honest with yourself. We all say that we are relationship business people. We all say we're about relationships, relationships, relationships. But are our behaviors and our mindsets in alignment with being relational? I'm going to say no. Most of the time, people who say they're relational, when you look at their behaviors, they're actually transactional. And here's the thing, I've realized it's in many ways it's not their fault. And it's not perhaps your fault. Because there's a question I've been trying to answer for probably 20 years, and I finally came up with the answer, and it's a different answer than I had a couple of years ago. The question is this: how can you be relational and build relationships when you have a target? In other words, when you are focused on goals and targets and outcomes, or more likely or more specifically, when you're interacting with someone that you see as a prospect or an opportunity who can either be your client or refer you clients, they're now a target. So the question has been, how can you be relational when you're interacting with a target in mind? And the answer has been for about 18 years, really challenging. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to set aside the target part and be relational. Because if you talk to most of the people you're interacting with, they would probably say they felt like the target, even though you say you're being relational. I've changed my answer. The answer to the question, how do you stay relational when you have a target? The answer is you can't. You cannot do it because we are human beings, and human beings are not capable of separating those two. I know it sounds harsh, but I want you to listen, hear me out. So the key is to be able to fully separate the targets. And what I've come up with, and I'll talk more about this in another video, that's a whole nother topic diving deep into this, is to think that there are always two funnels. There's a sales funnel where the target is and belongs, and we do certain things in that sales funnel process. And there's a separate, keyword separate relationship funnel. This is where we build the relationships. Now, if someone's a prospect, admittedly a prospect right now, like they've said, I want what you have, that makes them a prospect. Not that you'd like to sell them what you have, but they tell you they go over to the sales funnel. But up until that time, we need to see them as a human, as a person, as a colleague, as an associate, perhaps even as a friend, but most importantly, as a relationship. And we do things, we engage in activities that are designed to do one thing, and that is to build and nurture relationships in the relationship funnel. And ultimately, what that's really about is trust, because we do business with people we know, like, and trust. Bottom line, that thing about all things being equal, that's what you do. No, we do business with people we know, like, and trust. We refer people that we know, like, and trust. And that's about relationship building and the relationship funnel. We have gotten off course because most of the time with our business development or salespeople, we spend most of our time or energy on the target element, the goal element, and not nearly enough on the relationship element, which is really about the relationship building activities. What are the things you do? How do you engage? Are you curious? That's the number one thing. I'm going to pause here because I'm going to get into a whole nother topic, and that should be for another day. I'm going to end with embrace curiosity, embrace the concept of the relationship funnel separate from the sales funnel, and let's get back to really building relationships with each other versus trying to do transactions and targeting and prospecting while claiming to be relational. Give it a thought. Love to hear your thoughts. Throw in a comment. Share this with your community. Let's spread the word. Let's get back to more humanity in business. See you next time.